Hello my PC students. This will be the first time that you're going to be exposed to Vlookup. So let's go open the file and then I'll explain it after. Browse, and you want to go to your classes drive, go to PC, go to teaching documents, if statements, and I want you to go down and find XX Perfume. XX Perfume, open it up. Alright, and the first thing you're going to go File, Save As. You're going to go to Browse, go to your U drive, Print COM, Excel, and if statements. Alright, click in the file name box, press Home, type in your first name and type in the current date for you and save it. And let's go to View, and let's go to Zoom, and let's go to 150 here. Alright, so now we have sheet 1, and then there's a sheet 2 that I want you to take a look at, and we're going to go to Zoom here and put this one up to 150. Now this is just a mini small table, but I just want to go over it with you. Okay, this is your titles, code, item, unit, price, and you have 100 for mousse, 110 for the number for soap, and 120 for body lotion, and you have the unit price. Now, what we have to do is that we have to define the table. And we don't include the headings, we only include the data. So I'm clicking here in cell A2, hold down my shift key and click in C4. That's all that's going to be in our table, all right? Because we're going to use this table to look up our products and put the price in for us. Okay, now when we go to define this, all you have to do is click in the name box, all right? And I always teach you to put a T in front of it for a table so that you know it's a table that's going to be used in vertical lookup or in horizontal lookup. So we'll call this one T Perfume, okay? So T Perfume is going to be the name of our table. All right, now click outside and I always want you to check and say, did I define it properly? All right, click on your drop down, you see T Perfume. Did the highlight come around on it? And it did. So you said, yes, I defined it properly. All right, so now remember here, the first column of every table is the lookup value. So you're looking up 100, 110, or 120. Okay, and then our items are in the second column and our prices are in the third column. Remember that. If you can't remember it, print it out for yourself. But I think you should be able to remember that. So type table here for the name of the sheet just so that you know that's your table. Okay. And now on sheet 1, well, of course you could put in customer address and customer name, but we have code numbers 100, 110, 120, 100, and so on. Okay, we want to use our Vlookup, and V stands for vertical, and the computer says look up code number 100. But we know from our table this is the lookup value because always the first column in the table is the lookup value. All right, so we're going to say equals, and we're going to put in Vlookup and spell it correctly, not lookup. It's lookup. Vlookup. Now, again, you know how I've taught you to read the formulas. It says, what is the lookup value? Well, we already looked at the table and we said the first column was all the numbers. So this has got to be the lookup value. There it is. You know what to look up. All right, put your comma in. Now, what's the table called? And you said to me, I forgot, Lee. I don't know. Well, you do. So remember this. Press function key F3. Ah, yeah, right. I called it T Perfume. Okay, there you go. You put it in. So, as I told you, don't type anything in. You insert it. Now, put your comma in because the table's there. Now, it says column index number. Where is the column that has the item number in it? Like, where is it in your table? Well, the item number, remember, was column number 2. In here, we don't go by ABC. When it's in a table, it's column 1 is the lookup value, and then column 2, column 3, column 4, and so on. So you want the column number where the answer is, and the item is listed in column number 2. So put in a 2. All right, comma. And now it says, and look at here, they even tell you, true is an approximate match, like as if you were sending a parcel. You know how a parcel can be within 5 pounds. So a 10-pound parcel costs something, but a 15 costs something, and in between it's the same price. But we want to look up an exact code number. So we want false. So you can double click here or you can type false. It's your choice. All right, close your parentheses. And you got 2 parentheses, the left and right one, which are black. And you got moose. And so if you had many products, look at this, your product item was put in there right away. So if you had 3,000 products, it would go look them all up and there would be no spelling mistakes because it looked up the code. Okay, that's where your item was in column B. Actually, column 2. This is column 1, the lookup value. This is item is number 2, and unit price is in number 3. Okay, I want to show you something here. I want to go and I'm going to put in 111. Okay, and I'm going to put in 112, and there's a pattern for me. So I'm going to highlight this and make a pattern down to 120. Okay, now I want you to see here. So we're going to go F2 to edit, and I'm going to put true in here. And this says it can have a range. So now watch. I'm going to drag this down all the way. And now, do you see that product items 111, 12, 13 are all soap because 110 was soap. It didn't change to body lotion until it got to 120. That's what it means by an approximate match. That's not what you wanted. So now we're going to go back. I'm going to press F2 and I'm going to change the word true to false. Oh, not falser, false. All right, and I'm going to grab my fill handle and drag down. And now what do I get? Not available. Not available because it shouldn't have put anything in there because those numbers were not in our table. We should have got not available. Okay, so that piece I think you've got. You understand that. So we're looking for an exact match. And when we're looking for an exact match, it must say false. Okay? All right, now quantity, we'll just make a pattern. I'll put 2 and I'll put 4 and we'll just drag it down. Here's our pattern. Drag it down, and you're used to doing this, so that's not hard for you. Okay, now we need to look up the unit price. So once again, equals Vlookup. Spell it correctly. Okay, and now we want, what's the lookup value? We know the first column in the table was the code number. There's your lookup value. Comma. Now, again, you said, oh, I forgot the name of it again. All right, press function key F3. There it is. T Perfume. Put it in. All right, comma. And now it says, where is the column, the number where we're going to find the unit price? Okay, you know the lookup value is column 1. You already know item is column 2, so you got no choice, but the price must be in column 3. So put in a 3, comma, and here you go. Do you want an approximate match or an exact match? You know you need an exact match, so double click. All right, close your parentheses and press enter. And you got a price of $2.19. And look at this. All your prices are in a second, but they shouldn't be here because remember, it's not applicable. They're not listed in the table. All right, we want to calculate the total price. Okay, so it would be equals, and you would have to take your quantity, right, times your unit price. All right, and so now grab your fill handle and, oh, hold on here, and drag down. So we've got the prices calculated for everything that we have a number for, but everything that we don't, it comes in as not available. All right, so let's put on our accounting format here, and I know I left the bottom one. I'll paint it in a minute. Accounting, and we want no $sign. Okay, and so here I'll go to my home tab, double click, and I will paint here and here. All right, and I want a $sign here, so I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to format cells and put on a $sign. Okay, so let's go Control S to save. That's how easy it is to do VLOOKUP. Now, we can put comments in your document. So here, I'm going to say, right click, and it says Insert Comments. All right, I don't want the Winnipeg School Division, so I'm going to take that out, and I'm going to say, I don't want all caps on. I still got caps lock on. We are missing numbers for the soap products. Please look up these values. Okay, all right, so I'm going to click outside, and now, do you see the red triangle? And now my message pops up. Okay, now if I go, doesn't matter where I go, as soon as I go over here, it'll pop up. Now, if I right click and I say Show Hide Comments, now, do you see that it stays? Now, I can move it. I can click on my four-headed arrow, and I can move it. All right, now normally you don't want a line going over your text, so I would likely say you might move it down here just so that the line would not cross your text. Or maybe I had room to bring it up here, so I could click on and I could bring it up here, and just maybe, no, where I had it was better before. So we're going to put it here. Okay, so now you've got a comment there. Now you have a choice to print this comment, and sometimes you do want your comment showing just so you can see it. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to leave it there, and here we're going to go to page layout, and I'm going to go to page setup here, the little white arrow, and I'm going to say sheet, and it says comments none. And I want to say display them at the end of the sheet. So I want you to see this. All right, now go to File and go to Print. Now I'm going to keep your footer skimpy here because I'm running out of time. So I want to be here, header. I'm just going to put in my name, and I'll just put in the date and the time and the sheet name, and that's good enough. Say OK, custom footer. I'll put in the path and file name, and that's all I'm going to do. Page, landscape, sheet, grid lines, row column headings. All right, now take a look. You have your header and footer here, but look at there's 2 pages. Why? Your comment is on this page. Okay, this is the comment. All right, I'm going to go back now, and I'm going to go to page setup again, and I'm going to say I want to go to sheet, and I want to display as displayed on the sheet. Now say OK. I want to go to File, Print, and there's my comment as displayed. So I can print it like this, or I can print it as 2 separate pages. So you're going to start to do some of that now with your comments. But as I say, I'm out of time, so I'm going to stop there. I'll go back, and I'll go Control S to save, and we'll stop.